Let's welcome in now former senior advisor to President Trump, Jason Miller. So Jason, we got taxing, we got spending, we got amnesty, we got special deals for electric cars, everything the Democrats would want, right?
Well, just about. And John, there shouldn't be any surprise here. I mean, Joe Biden stood on the debate stage last year and said citizenship for 11 million undocumented folks. And not just from what he was going to do here in the U.S. with regard to amnesty and getting that process going, but also the clarion call that he then sent around the world with those comments that if you want to come to the U.S., hurry, quick, get inside our borders, because then I'm going to find a way to naturalize you and make sure that you're able to skip the line. But when we talk about John, if we kind of take a step back here for a moment and talk about these, the tax hikes, when we talk about the spending, the continued pushes in many of these places for lockdowns and essentially delays to getting our economy and our lives back to normal, this really shouldn't come as a surprise to us because it's this aspect of government control. And Joe Biden wants to tax, he wants to spend, he wants Democrats to be leading the agenda in all of this. And at a certain point, you kind of look up and say, what happened to our freedoms? Yeah,
one of the things, I'll be honest with you, it is amazing sometimes how I am still surprised by some of this stuff. And I know this isn't a big deal to a lot of folks, but I think it's very telling about where the Democratic Party is right now. They're proposing to extend the current electric car tax increase all the way up to about $12,000. And the thing is you can make up to $800,000 in your household and still be eligible for this. $800,000, you're rich. And, you know, not everybody can afford an electric car. So they're custom tailoring this stuff for their constituents, and Republicans are getting left out in the cold. Working class folks are getting left out in the cold. And it's no wonder that they can't get any Republican support to pass it, so they have to go down the reconciliation route.
Well, exactly. And at the same time, we see gas in California and some other places is even over $5 a gallon. So people actually have to work for a living. People who earn an hourly wage. People have to drive and maybe don't have access to local rapid public transportation, and they want to go and maybe they have long distances to commute because of the cost of living to get to their jobs. They're really feeling the pinch. Then you add in the broader concern with hyperinflation, and it's a real problem. But, you know, there's another thing that you point out with reconciliation. And just so everyone clear what reconciliation is, that's a budget tactic to essentially sneak through things that they couldn't pass otherwise.
Right.
So anytime you hear reconciliation, everything after that, just it should be clouded as far as here's the stuff that's not on the up and up.
Right. Yeah. I mean, look, everyone should be suspect of this process. If Republicans were trying to do it, Democrats would be up in arms about what's going on. Real quickly, Jason, we have a couple minutes left. I've been looking forward to talking to you about this because you were in Brazil recently for CPAC down there. We were talking about the massive turnout of Brazilians in support of President Bolsonaro. These folks love freedom. CPAC loves freedom. But what happened to you at the airport when you were trying to leave Brazil? Sounds like the movie The Hangover almost, without all the sensational stuff.
Well, exactly. I was in Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, for CPAC Brazil, that the ACU, the American Conservative Union, Matt Schlapp, and the rest of the all-stars over there put together. Fantastic event. President Bolsonaro spoke, and then stayed around for a couple of days to talk about Getter, our brand new social media platform, which, by the way, Brazil is our second largest country. We have over 300,000 people from Brazil. And after I go through security, there's some plainclothes secret police who said, Mr. Miller, we'd like you to come with us. Led me to a federal detention room to where they asked me questions for, or made me sweat it out for several hours, wanting to know why I was in the country, who all was helping to talk about Getter. And I'll tell you just a couple of real funny moments. Nobody from the police spoke English. I don't speak Portuguese. So they literally grabbed the baggage handler, our airport concierge, complete with the yellow reflective vest to do all the translation work. So that's where I knew this wasn't exactly an episode of Law and Order. And then when I asked the question, well, why do you want to ask me questions? They said, well, we have 2 secret ongoing investigations. And I go, well, what are those about? And they said, well, they're secret. I'm like, well, guys, you got to help me out a little bit here. And then there was a follow-up where they said, we want to ask about how you're monetizing Getter. And I said, we're a social media platform. We just launched on July 4th. We're not monetizing yet, as my board points out all the time. And so we're not actually making any money.
You could have had your Mark Zuckerberg moment with I believe it. Who was it? Orrin Hatch. We sell ads, sir.
We don't even sell. We don't even sell
I know.
ads
I'm just kidding.
Oh. And so but the broader point is that, look, a lot of times in America, we take free speech for granted,
right.
But free speech really isn't all that free. And once you're in another country, you realize, look, Brazil does not even have a First Amendment in the same way that we do. And it's we should be cherish our rights. And one final thing I'll say, John, when I was down there, they don't have they don't have a balanced news approach. I can't tell you how many people came up and said, do you think Newsmax will expand into Brazil? We need Newsmax here. Everybody in Brazil knows who Newsmax is.
Hey.
I don't know how that's the case. John, Hasselhoff is big in Germany. You could be big in Brazil.
I would love to go to Brazil. I hear great things about Brazil. Jason, next time, please invite us to come down there with you. We're not into the detention part, but and I don't mean to make too light of this. You're absolutely right. We should not take our freedom of speech for granted. And I'm sure that was a scary experience for you, but I'm glad it turned out okay. Jason Miller, great to see you.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.